So LSU is, the number one defensive team in the country. Their number one in steal percentage, number 4 in block percentage, number 1 in field goal percentage defense, number 12 in 3-point field goal percentage defense, number 5 in turnover percentage. Is just a great defensive team. What makes them so good defensively is they've got great length and great athletes, and they press over 94 feet. They do a lot of trapping. It's interesting. We used to do a lot of trapping, and then they put in that sort of that cone, that you got to be in your space, and it's sort of almost made trapping by rule almost illegal. But they're back to trapping, and so that's one where they get a lot of turnovers. Again, using their length, deflections, strips and rips, really active hands, great ball pressure. The other thing they do is unlike almost any team in the country, they switch everything. So they're man to man, but they switch everything. So it's like a zone. It's very, very effective, especially when you have big, long guards. And so if you do get some mismatches on the inside, it's not that big of a deal. And they got great guys that'll rebound down from the perimeter. And I think it's something that you just don't see. It's something that you will see once a year, or maybe late in a clock situation where you switch everything. And that's one of the things that makes it effective also, is that it's very, very different. Last year went down LSU and we were on pace to give up by about 120, 125 points, and managed to hold them about 100. So it was a complete, it was our worst loss of the year last year at LSU. But we're excited about the rematch, and I'll take your questions.
All right, Justin Hilkinson.
Hey, Bruce. Yeah, I was going to ask you about what makes them so good defensively, but you kind of nailed that. I guess what are the challenges for your guards? SEC play is certainly a different animal against a team that's that good on defense. What's the challenge for Wendell and Zepp? Yeah,
their size and their length, and whether or not they can bottle us up a little bit. With KD, same thing. Just get us into spots on the floor that you just don't want to be, and turn you over. Man, they're really good in transition, and they're even better, like most teams. But boy, they turn you over, and they come down, and they're getting easy offense off their turnovers. So when they turn you over as often as they do, when they get steals, live ball steals, where now that ball's in play. It's not just that the ball got thrown out of bounds or that you traveled. It's not a dead ball situation. It's a live ball turnover. It creates offense down the other end.
Ryan Stoltz.
Hey, Bruce, I don't think in your time at Auburn, any player has become as quick as a fan favorite as KD Johnson. What stands out about him and his play, not to just the fans, but the coaches and his teammates?
Well, I mean, the fact that he plays with such emotion, that he wears it on his sleeve, good, bad, or indifferent, you pretty much can. I don't think KD be much of a poker player. You just look at his face and you can see what he's feeling. And so I think fans appreciate his energy and his passion and his competitiveness.
All right, Bennett Durando.
Yeah, Bruce, you guys are third in the SEC in 3-point percentage, and second in attempts. How impressed have you been sort of with the maturity of the shot selection so far, and what are you sort of looking for with that in terms of its importance against a team like LSU?
Yeah, it's important to turn a good one down and try to get a better one, because they fly at that first good shot attempt. I think it speaks to the fact that the guys have been unselfish and looking for each other, and I think that's if we can continue to play that way against LSU, that'll definitely benefit us. It also speaks to the fact that we do a pretty good job with our inside out game, drives and draws and dishes to the perimeter, offensive rebounds and inside out basketball is good basketball.
Mark Murphy.
Yeah, Bruce, I wanted to ask, the women's team had to postponed on Thursday night. You guys are in close proximity to them. Are you guys having any issues as well?
We're scheduled to play Wednesday night, and I haven't heard anything any different.
Did you read what Frank Martin said about the COVID protocols, and do you agree with what he said or any part of it?
Well, I didn't hear. I think he said on a couple of different occasions, so I can't really reference what you're talking about specifically. I do know that I do know that they're working on the protocols, and trying not to penalize the vaccinated or the kids that are doing everything they possibly can. I think the idea of if we're doing what we're supposed to do and try to do the best we can, I hate to see somebody get penalized with a forfeit just because they couldn't necessarily play. Or, I mean, it's just we'll work our way through it. We're going to do the best job we possibly can to field teams and to get out there and play, and to try to recognize, hopefully, that while the virus is very, very serious, it's not much of a threat to the health of our young people. So they've got to figure out a way to allow us to continue to be as normal as we possibly can. There's been so much talked about as far as young people and depression, and the fact that so much has been kind of taken from them and out of the auspice of protecting them, and yet you got to handle the impact of not being able to be in class and not being able to be socially interactive, not being able to participate in sports and other activities that I think are important to us and to them.
Tobias Wilborn.
Hey, Bruce, I hope you had a good holiday season, man.
What's that now, Tobias?
I said, I hope you had a good holiday season, sir.
It was good. Yes, sir. Hope you
Awesome.
did
That's a
too.
blessing, man. How was the break restorative for you? And then what are some things you're looking forward to with the growth of Devin Cambridge as a player?
Okay. First question was what now?
How was the holiday season restorative to you? Did you get actually time off? Did you relax a little bit?
Well, you know what, we had 3 days where we couldn't practice, and so it was good to get a little bit of a break. But with the SEC right around the corner, we're in preparation, and it's just the basketball season, sort of Thanksgiving and Christmas sort of run right in the middle of our season, so it's not your typical holiday season. But I did get to spend some time with some of my family, which was a blessing. Devin is his ability to defend, rebound, make open shots, and not turn the ball over, and be not try to do too much, is a good thing, especially against a team like LSU that just they thrive on turnovers. And so your players that have a good assist turnover ratio and your players that don't turn the ball over too much are going to benefit us playing in matchups like these.
All right, Justin Ferguson.
Bruce, you talked a lot about LSU's defense. What stands out to them about them on offense this year? That's usually a hallmark of a Will Wade team. Yeah,
well, they're different this year because their defense is that's their deal, and you can't be as good at those numbers. Sort of speak for themselves. They've got talent. I mean, they've got 8 dudes, really good players, and Days is capable of beating you all by himself. So I don't know whether he's a 5th-year senior, but it just seems like he's played in the SEC for a long, long time, and he's a real matchup problem. So that's going to be Jabari Smith's matchup. I don't know without he's a second team. Darius is a second team All SEC. Jabari was a second team All SEC. Maybe there's a power forward in the league that I'm not thinking about that could be as tough. He's going to be one of the toughest matchups that our four-men are going to face. And then you've got Efton Reed, who was going to be right there for the best freshman center in our league. And then you got Eason, that comes off the bench, they're sixth man, their leading scorer. And he is a real matchup problem for the 4s and the 5s. So I just think from a personnel standpoint, it's the best team we've played. From a personnel standpoint, it's the most athletic team, the longest team. They've got a nice blend of inside outside stuff. They're able to attack you one-on-one. Coach Wade does a good job of creating spacing for days to go at you one-on-one. Easton to go at you one-on-one. Brandon Murray will be one of the best freshmen in our league. Pinson was a highly recruited transfer out of Missouri and has played really well for them this year. So attacking one-on-one closeouts is probably one of the things they do best.
All right, Brian Matthews, and we'll have time for one more question if anyone else has one.
Hi, Bruce. Just wanted to ask about Alan Flanagan. How did he respond to his first game action? How did he bounce back? And will he see more or possibility more minutes this week?
Yeah, he did fine. He worked out a couple times, on his own, I think, over the break. We're not able to work him, but they worked out on his own a little bit and had a good practice last night. So, yes, I would expect Alan, to be able to play some more every night out. And he had no negative effects from pushing off on that thing on Wednesday night.
All right, if there's no more questions, the game on Wednesday night is at 6 p.m. We look forward to seeing everyone there.
It'll be as good as it gets all year long. This will be as good as it gets. All right,
Thanks,
guys. Thank you.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean. Keep Alabama beautiful.